Alrighty, so here we are for this this race this afternoon. It's Watkins Glen Elite JoinAPS series. I'm back for another race that wasn't supposed to be mine to broadcast, but regardless, here I am. And this is Watkins Glen, great track. It's playoff race number one of the league, and I think there's like one or two more races after this that are playoff races, and then the other championship race or something like that. Anyway, all the people with the blue on their windshield, they are the playoff drivers, like Chad here in the 15. If you look, he's got blue on his windshield, signifying that he is a playoff driver. We have some people doing one-offs tonight, and that would be Logan Simmons. He is one of those people running one-off this evening. So let's take a look at your starting lineup here, and it's going to scroll across the top of your screen, and I'm going to read it as it scrolls because I can. Logan Simmons starting first, Ethan Burrell starting second, Chad Frankenfield going to be third place, Levi Zielinski going to be fourth. You'll notice a little bit of lagging on the ticker. It's just the timing and scoring catching up. J.R. Bolden and Jeremy Yancey rounding out the next row behind them. Andrew Rucker going to start sixth. Stephen Magoo starting eighth. Brandon Key ninth. And then rounding out the top 10 is Chris Jordan. Got 11th is going to be Scott Haney. Justin Krasniski isn't here to start this race this evening, so he has scored starting 12th, but he will not. Josh Clark, Rusty Capel, Ethan Riesener, Josh Furr. A lot of these guys starting farther back because they didn't set a quali time. And it is just me on commentary tonight, so hopefully you don't mind the fact that I sound extremely bored. I promise you I'm not. It's just how my voice is. It's very monotone from time to time. So apologies ahead of time for that. Ethan Burrell and Chad Frankenfield, the top two playoff drivers right now, at the starting position. Green flags in the air. Everybody's going down on into turn one now. It's going to be hard to keep track of all the action here on the first lap. But I'm going to attempt to watch it all. Rusty Capel off in the grass. We will shortcut the bus stop. Logan Simmons has a half-second lead over Chad Frankenfield. And Rusty Capel gets going. Oh, no, he doesn't. He stops again, letting everybody go by. It's quite excessive, but nonetheless, it is probably a time penalty, just scrubbing off there. Alright, Logan Simmons up to the pretty good sized lead right now. Chad Frankenfield actually right up his tail, up his gearbox, I guess, as they would refer to it in the UK or elsewhere in the world. right up on his tail. It's Chad Frankenfield. Looks like the 64 thought about making a move on the 97, but probably thought better of it. Yes, it does appear to be that. Logan Simmons going to give up the lead to Chad Frankenfield in the carousel. Maybe down the back. Well, I guess like this is the third straightaway of the race and the track. So I don't know the corner names because I don't have a track map up and I don't feel like pulling one up. Had 23 people start this race this evening. Sorry, I haven't ticked that. There we go, 43 laps left in this one. Peter Heward to the inside of Chris Jordan into turn one. And Heward will get it done for 14th place. Furr going to be all over the back end now. Logan Shea shortcutting the bus stop. Some of these guys making smart choices early. Simmons falls to second over Frankenfield. Might fall to third to Burrell. No, he's not. He's going to hold on to second place now. They come down the front stretch. Looks like Logan Simmons has fallen back early. Might be trying to save them tires. Not a very abrasive racetrack, but he might be trying to save the tires for now. Simmons all over the rear end of Burrell. Looks like Simmons has gotten in the wall actually with his left side a little bit. Steven McGew, Brandon Key battling. Ethan Reasoner making a move on the 85 of Jeffrey Everroad. Everybody pretty well spaced out now, it looks like. Brady Clark now on Everroad. Everroad falling back early. Brady Clark going to be looking to make a move on Chris Jordan here. Don't think he's going to get it done down this straightaway. Back to the front, Simmons behind Burrell and Frankenfield. Not much going on right now. Everybody pretty well spaced out, about half a second. Everroad seeming to have an issue. See if we can find it here. He just drove off the track, it looked like, and stopped. He's got it going though. The closest action right now is Peter Heward being close to Kendall Player, but that's not very close. These guys are pretty well spread out, and as expected they would be. Some of these guys, like Logan Simmons, coming off of the iRacing 6 hours of Watkins Glen, along with Levi Zielinski. And those two are running third and fourth right now. But pretty good sized gap between them. This action is this battle here of Brady Clark and Chris Jordan, and Rusty Capel now is caught up. Take you on board here with Rusty Capel. I actually believe he just made a move on Brady Clark, and he did. Watching on board as he did it. Logan Shea now is caught. So actually quite a battle outside the top 10. Top 10 are pretty well checked out from the rest of the field. But outside the top 10, they're battling, and Kendall Player is going to be off track. And that's going to give Peter Heward that 13th spot. Once again, there's really not much racing going on. There's nobody racing side by side. Of course, closest battle is this one on screen, Peter Heward and Josh Clark. Leader has a half a second lead over second place at the moment. We'll go back toward the front and see. This is the gap, as you can see. Chad Frankenfield over second place Ethan Burrell. Logan Shea going to try to make a move now into the top 10 on the 7 car of Joshua Personettes. Jeremy Yancey getting closer to his teammate, J.R. Bolden. Logan Shea has gotten by Personette to put him into 10th place now. Scott Haney going down pit lane. I believe they're going down pit lane to avoid getting lapped on track. So I think you can make it about halfway on fuel and such. Don't quote me on that because I'm not entirely sure. Yancey looked to the inside there for a moment. Ethan Reasoner down pit lane. Some early stops going on. Unsure if there's incidents going on that I'm not noticing or what exactly the case might be. But I believe Jeffrey Everode is going to park it for the night. Pretty big line of cars here from 9th through 14th. Leader ahead by almost a full second, actually just over a second now. Over Ethan Burrell, and Ethan Burrell has about a 5-second lead over Logan Simmons. Logan Simmons has about the same gap to Levi Zielinski. see Personette there went around trying to make a move into the bus stop. I believe Scott Haney might be parking it for tonight. Unfortunate end to his race. Don't like to see anybody retire this early in it, but it does happen. Peter Heward going to the inside of Joshua Clark into turn 1. That puts Peter in 11th. Frankenfield ahead 2 seconds now. 10 seconds over third place Logan Simmons, who was the pole sitter this evening. Brent Jones making a stop. Last car on the lead lap is this one with Chris Jordan behind the wheel, the 58. But saying that, Chad Frankfield actually isn't too far behind him. Still the closest battle on track is this one between Key, Heward, and Clark. 28 laps left in this one. Josh Clark's going to make a pit stop. McHugh here on the inside of up the S's. Oh, he makes that pass beautifully on J.R. Bolden. It was McHugh up to 7th. Logan Shea now passing J.R. Bolden. Bolden just a few laps ago got passed by Stephen Magoo. Bolden now going to make a pit stop. Probably the right decision. I believe Josh Personette is making a pit stop as well at the moment. So these guys now making, I think, their only pit stop of the race. I don't think they should have to stop twice. He is caught up to his teammate Chris Jordan. Actually, once Josh Clark passes J.R. Bolden, JKR will have three of the bottom three in this race. Logan Shea in the pit lane now. Leader Chad Frankenfield now coming in. Ethan Burrell following suit. What will Logan Simmons do? Logan Simmons is going to stay out another lap. He wants yet another lap led. To 97, 24. A few others making pit stop 64. But Logan Simmons, he will stay out. Yet another lap out for Logan Simmons. Pretty gutsy move considering Chad Frankenfield is not that far behind him. He's only 14 seconds behind him. That's a pit stop, but that's not the entirety of pit lane. Unsure this strategy will work for Logan Simmons, but I guess we will find out at the end of this one how it turns out for Logan. Logan Simmons getting followed by two lapped cars of Brady Clark and Josh Personette. Ooh, he blinks. Lets them go. Believe Simmons gonna stay out again. I was gonna say I thought he was gonna pit this time, but that does not look like it's gonna be the case. I believe he's gonna pit this time by though. Chris Jordan down pit lane. Kendall Player down pit lane now. Keeping an eye on our leader here, Logan Simmons, the pole sitter from this evening. Seeing when he's going to make a pit stop. He's got another PRM car stalking him now, and Tyler Riggs. Gonna stay out yet again is Logan Simmons, but he is losing a lot of time. That is Chad Frankenfield just there behind him. And Chad has a 7-second lead over Ethan Burrell. But Logan Simmons only has a 2-second lead over Chad Frankenfield. Chad has stopped and Logan has not. Logan's running about 7 seconds off of Chad Frankenfield's time right now. This might be a pass on track. Lap car Tyler Riggs can't decide which way to go. Either way, he's in the way of a lead lap car. Chad Frankenfield around the outside. Logan Simmons slides it off of the final corner. He'll stay out. I don't know what strategy Simmons has here, but I don't know if it's a good one. Not to criticize his choices, but I've seen him make some rather odd choices on when to pit and what to do in races. Haven't missed anything while all of this has been going on. This is actually the best action on track. There's nobody really close to each other. Frankenfield re-lapping those two PRM cars. Josh Furr in for his stop just now. Think we're going to see Logan Simmons on pit lane this time by. guess. That is going to be Logan Simmons coming to pit lane finally. I believe he's going to end up coming out 4th or 5th even. Take it back. Logan Simmons is going to come out 10th. Man. Lost a lot of time in that pit stop. There's Logan Simmons just now leaving pit lane ahead of Jeremy Yancey. Brady Clark back to the pit lane. Logan Simmons now passing Brandon Key. He might have done this for some entertainment in this race. Brandon Key saves it. Let's watch how that one happened. Just gets too much extra curb and almost into Yancey. But he does save it. He loses 2 spots in the process of that occurring. Currently watching Stephen McGough trying to make a move on Josh Clark. He's less than half a second behind him. There goes McGough to the inside. And it's going to be side by side down the front stretch. Successful pass made on Josh Clark by Stephen McGough. Logan Simmons now gonna make Stephen McHugh his next target. So McHugh just now getting into 7th place, but he's gonna get passed by Logan Simmons here in probably about a lap's time. There goes Logan Simmons around Stephen McHugh. 5 seconds up the road is Logan's next target in J.R. Bolden. Gonna try to gain as many positions in that Penrite Toyota Camry as possible as my computer attempts to die for no apparent reason. Check back on around the rest of the field here. Got Chad Frankenfield. He is 6 seconds ahead of Ethan Burrell. Levi Zelensky is 20 seconds behind Ethan in 3rd place. Andrew Rucker about 8 seconds behind Levi Zelensky in 4th. Logan Shea 5 seconds behind Andrew Rucker. 2 seconds behind him is J.R. Bolden. And 4 seconds behind Bolden is Logan Simmons. McHugh on his tail with just a second behind him. Josh Clark and Jeremy Yancey round out your top 10. We got Peter Heward, Kendo Player, Brandon Key, Josh Furr, Josh Personette, Tyler Riggs, Rusty Capel, Chris Jordan, Brandon Clark, Ethan Reasoner, Brent Jones, and Scott Haney, and Jeffrey Everode has retired from this one. Believe the 86 and 3 Haney and Reasoner have retired as well. Decent attrition rate for this one with just 12 more laps left in it. Trying to find a close battle on track, and this is the closest one. Peter Heward half a second behind Jeremy Yancey. Three-way battle here, Yancey, Clark, and Heward. 9th, 10th, and 11th. Logan Simmons has caught J.R. Bolden now. Peter Heward behind Josh Clark. Heward on the inside now of Josh Clark, turn 1. And Josh Clark lets him go. Probably not a terrible decision. Fortunately for these guys, nobody has wrecked yet. Of course, I don't want to jinx it or anything. With Bolden into the wall ever so slightly in the beginning of the bus stop. Logan Simmons has gotten by him. Trying not to focus on one person too much, but Logan Simmons is the action tonight. I believe Rusty Capel may have retired his number 9 machine to the pit lane. Gonna pack that Rebel Racing number 9 Mustang and he's gonna go home. Stephen McGew. He has caught J.R. Bolden. Or maybe Bolden has passed McGew. No, it's definitely the other way around. McGew has caught Bolden. And it looks like Furr has gotten around Key. Key is the final lap on the final car on the lead lap. And there's the leader, Chad Frankenfield, right there behind Key. 9 more laps left in this one. He wants to lap as many people as possible. Logan Simmons now only a second behind Logan Shea. Someone has gone around there. I believe that was Brady Clark. And nobody else got involved. No need for a caution. It's tough luck for Brady Clark. Logan Simmons now getting ready to make this pass on Logan Shea. Oh, Simmons sideways. Still sideways, still sending it. He saves it. Oh, that might be race. Chances over for Simmons. Driving the wheels off of that Penrite Camry. In the most literal sense, driving the wheels off of it. Peter Heward still all over the rear bumper of Jeremy Yancey. Last time we checked in on him, he was the same gap. Looks like he's going to make that move down the backstretch here. Into the final 2 corners. Not going to get it done. Seven more laps in this one. I believe I might be right. Logan Simmons, yeah, it looks like, oh, Simmons, don't get more people involved, please. He is going to be done, it does appear. Unfortunate luck for Logan Simmons in the 75 Penrite Camaro, or Camry. It's one of those nights. He's going to retire from the session. Tough luck having driven the wheels off of it. Peter Heward to the inside of Jeremy Yancey, and he gets it done this time. Moves Heward up to 8th. Still 17 cars circulating right now, 18 with Brent Jones. Jeremy Yancey all over the rear bumper of Peter Heward. Only a few laps left in this one. Not much on-track action currently going on. Everybody's very, very spread out. This is the closest battle, though. Yancey all over the rear bumper of Heward. Clouds come over for the final 3 laps now. It's not going to be well for Peter Heward. A slight off track might give Jeremy Yancey a chance. Final lap here for Chad Frankenfield. Number 15, Ford Mustang. Got a very, very big gap, 12.5 seconds over Ethan Burrell. He has dominated this one, leading 39 laps so far. He will lead 40 laps at the line. Only 5 laps that weren't led by him were led by Logan Simmons. Rounding some of the final corners off the carousel there. Goes down in the final 2 corners. What I believe is 10 and 11. And checkered flag, he sees it. And that is the end of the race. Chad Frankenfield wins it. Ethan Burrell gonna come home in second place. Let's wait for Levi Zelensky in third. The Speed Energy machine rounding the final corner. And that will be Levi Zelensky, third place. Andrew Rucker going to round the final corner here in fourth place. There's Andrew Rucker crossing the line. Yeah, Logan Shea here, fifth place. Stephen McGew, sixth place. J.R. Bolden, Peter Heward, seventh and eighth place there. Trying to get everybody that I can crossing the line here. Brandon Key, he hasn't won this one, but he did a little burnout there on accident, I'm sure. Drifting that 99 machine. It's Brandon Key crossing the line. So we wait now for Chad Frankenfield to go around here on this parade lap. He is the race winner. Nope, that's not the camera angle I wanted. Yeah, there's that. It's your race winner, Chad Frankenfield, doing burnouts on the front stretch now. He dominated this one. Let's look at the results. Chad Frankenfield, Ethan Burrell, Levi Zelensky, Andrew Rucker, Logan Shea, Stephen McGew, J.R. Bolden, Peter Heward, and Jeremy Yancey rounding out top 10. We got Josh Furr, Kendall Player, Brandon Key, Tyler Riggs, Josh Personette, Chris Jordan, Rusty Capel, Brady Clark, Logan Simmons, who is going to finish 7 laps behind Brent Jones. And you have Ethan Reisner, Scott Haney, and Jeffrey Everode. The last 2 did not start the race. try to get a word here with the top three. Hopefully in order. That would be nice. Don't always get what you want, but I do. I'm going to catch up with second place Ethan Burrell first. Ethan Burrell, Vic Bloom, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? You finished second place there. Quite a while behind Chad, but still second place.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. I early in the race, I felt like I could run with him pretty well. I was putting a little pressure on him for a while there after we got by Logan, and felt like being close enough. I was able to kind of keep him with me. He was kind of worrying about what I was doing, but I made a couple more mistakes than he did in that first run. Once our tires started to wear down, he got that little bit of a lead there, and then I was planning on short pitting him, but he actually came in on the lap I was planning to come in on, so just ended up pitting with him, and then I just really just came down to mistakes on my part. I felt like if I really ran completely perfect, I could have battled with him to the end, but I just he was too smooth, man. I got to give it up to him. He earned that win. He was completely smooth, hardly made any mistakes, and just kind of let it slip away there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looked like a great race. Probably not very entertaining to watch or maybe even race, but you did a great job from what I could tell.
Yeah, I felt really good. I got the night off last night from work, so after my festivities during the day, I got some extra track time, so that helped quite a bit. I even I pulled off a little feat I was proud of in practice. I beat his lap time, and I actually qualified ahead of him. But
Yeah, you
so I
qualified second to Logan Simmons.
yeah. So I mean, it wasn't a surprise coming into it. I mean, Chad's the standard when we come to these road courses. If you can run with him, you can win. So I felt like I was really close. Like I said, if I would have nailed it, I could have maybe battled him to the end. But I mean, he was too smooth. He wouldn't mess up, and he just slowly walked away.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a slow walk away, that's for sure. Anyway, who you got to thank for putting that number 37 out there on track?
I gotta thank, first of all, thank my dad Ken, my grandma Carol, and then all the family back home. They're big fans of the broadcast, watching us race. So I'm glad you and Freaky Fest put on the broadcast for them. Got to thank my girlfriend Rachel. She's a big supporter as well. And then got DoorDash Monster, Domino's on the car. Thanks to JK Racing for putting me out there. And it's kind of bittersweet watching a win slip away, but at the same time being happy about getting a good points day for second place. So we'll uh, we'll keep going at it in this chase. Hopefully, if we can't pick up a win, we'll should be at least able to points our way in. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I do believe you will be able to point your way in, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I plan to get a win, but worst case, I think I'm looking okay in the points so far.
All right, well, thanks for talking, man. I'm gonna move you back up and then get a word with Chad.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Chad Frankenfield, you dominated this one. You led all but 5 laps. Let's talk about that, man. You did a dominant performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I love the track. Just had to be consistent. Early in the run, I know Ethan was he was burning his stuff up just from watching him in the mirror and how he was coming out of some of these corners. So I just was really babying. I don't think I really put a single Q lap in the whole race. I was probably 95% every lap, just hitting my marks, hitting everything I needed to do, and the gap stayed about the same until about lap 10 in the run. Then I was able to use the fresher tires that I was saving. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is probably the biggest one I've had on here. This track is everything to me. So to be able to win here is it's just unbelievable, really.
Yeah, and you say you didn't put in a Q lap, but you had the fastest lap of the race tonight with a 1:11.6. I believe that's the fastest lap, unless Logan Simmons said something quicker that I'm not seeing. No, you set the
Oh well,
quickest lap. You didn't
well,
didn't set a qualifying lap, but you set the
well,
fastest
I
lap of
guess
the race.
naturally, when you just are patient on a road course, um, sometimes that'll definitely benefit you. Um, but anyway, like I said, it was just an awesome race. Um, it was neat to see guys. Um, seemed like they enjoyed it. I didn't really hear anybody say anything bad about the cars. And really to only get up to about 11th place lap, and that's pretty impressive in 45 laps. So kudos to everybody for all the practice they put in.
Yeah, it was a great race. Who you got to thank for putting that 15 out on track tonight?
I just want to thank JoinAPS, sponsoring series, and I want to thank all the drivers and everybody. Um, this was the goal to get to Gateway. We had a decent point lead overall for the season. We had wins, but none of that matters until you get here. And fortunately, we got that win out of the way. Just got to start next week, and then we'll be in. So I thank you for coming on board real late too. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to be here regardless. All
So,
right, well, thanks for talking, man.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, that was race winner Chad Frankenfield. I don't think we're going to get a chat with third place Levi Zielinski, which is completely fine. But it was a great race. We'll go through the results one more time here. Chad Frankenfield, Ethan Burrell, Levi Zielinski, Andrew Rucker, Logan Shea rounding your top 5. Stephen McHugh in 6th. J.R. Bolden, Peter Heward, Jeremy Yancey, and Josh Clark rounding out your top 10 tonight. Josh Furr, Kendall Player, Brandon Key, Tyler Riggs, Josh Personette, Chris Jordan, Rusty Capel, Brady Clark, Logan Simmons, and Brent Jones running your top 20. And then the final 3, Ethan Reasoner, Scott Haney, and Jeffrey Everroad. Thanks for watching tonight. I had a fun time. I hope everybody else did. It was very last minute, as Chad said. But I had a great time broadcasting it tonight. Hope everybody else enjoyed. See you again some other time. I don't know when, because these things just happen sporadically and very last minute. Either way, thanks for watching. See you next time.